Alright, I'm back. So yeah, bit of a story. Turns out today there has been a power outage in Spain, France, and Portugal, and it has affected pretty much the entirety of my country, at least, which is Spain. And so pretty much since 12 p.m. we've been out of power. Um, so yeah, it has been pretty interesting. It's got back a few hours ago. Yeah, everything has been a little crazy. I got no Wi-Fi. I'm literally sharing the mobile data, from my phone. It's connected right into the PC so I can have some connection. But yeah, I mean, kind of crazy that just a Monday morning, every single house and place in Spain just has no power. And, people say that it has been a cyber attack from the Russians and such. People are saying that it's just been a failure of some kind of thing. I don't know. But yeah, there's still a lot of people in Spain who still has no electricity, which is crazy given the time of the day it is. But yeah, I mean that's how it works. So yeah, I would have wanted to make this video a little earlier, but as you guys can probably can tell, it happened. Well, I was actually about to do the video and then the power cut out. So it was just like, at first I thought it was something that happened just in my house, like, oh, the power just got out in my house, and maybe I'll have to reset a few things. And it'll be back in a couple of minutes, and that's. And then I went out and checked that the elevator in my floor didn't work, like in my building. And so then I thought, turns out there's also no electricity on my building. Maybe they'll fix it in a little bit, maybe somebody knows what's going on. And then out of nowhere, I received a message on WhatsApp saying, "Hey, is it true that the entire country is out of power, pretty much?" And then I looked outside of the window, and I have like kind of like this building in front of my house where there are like a bunch of different offices, and everybody was outside because they just couldn't do anything. They were all just out there, kind of not really knowing what the fuck was going on, and I didn't really know what the fuck was going on either. Um, the busiest places in Madrid. The more central part of it was absolute chaos. There was no public transport whatsoever. The I don't know how you guys call it, but the traffic lights, that's how you call it, they were not working, so the traffic was crazy. The underground and trains were not working, so people couldn't get to their homes. People were just pretty much going crazy. It has been a bit of a surreal day. Good thing is that they canceled my classes today, and they have also canceled my classes for tomorrow, which is good. Makes sense because a lot of people still have no power or still have no way to get to university. So, it's a normal thing to do. So yeah, that's pretty much for starters. I was thinking about, like, okay, I have an excuse to not make a video today. I can just post something on the channel saying, hey, the power has gone out. I cannot do a video today, but sucks, of course. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to upload the video given the speed that I have. I have 50 megabytes in upload, which is great. Hopefully I don't have to download it, but yeah. So, I'm good. At least Wi-Fi was working until a few minutes ago. It just went out. Which obviously not fun at all because I would have wanted to use the Wi-Fi, but we have to just keep going. So yeah, like I said, I have no classes tomorrow. That's why I'm here, this late doing this video. Otherwise, if I actually had classes, then I probably wouldn't be making this video, or it would have been shorter, just trying to get something working, just so that I can upload it and then forget about it. But yeah, I mean, I'm just here. Not that I know what I'm gonna be doing in the video. Um, but I just figured that I should at least keep you guys updated on what's going on. Um, I don't know if you've heard it in the news or anywhere, or maybe on Twitter or whatever. But yeah, Portugal, France, and Spain. Just I don't know about France. I don't know about Portugal, but at least in Spain, it seems like pretty much the entire country had no power, and for almost 8 hours, at least in my case, it was a little under 8 hours of no power. But in other cases, they're still going. They still have no power. It's like okay, by the time I got the power back, there was still some sunlight out there. Now it's completely pitch dark and people have no lights. I think I have some uncles that still have candles on their houses. Not that it's anything, kind of super traumatic. Like they'll have power eventually, of course. I think it's like like 60% of people have the power back in Spain. But the worst thing is that they don't really know what caused it or the root of the problem. They're talking about, there was some um, high demand, and then it was like at a moment, like the demand was at like 60% of what the entire kind of infrastructure could hold. So it just gave up, and the power got out. It's crazy. Like I said, people were talking about this being some sort of attack from Russia or whatever, which I'm saying it's not possible. I'm saying it actually is completely possible, given that I think, especially in Spain, we buy our energy off Russia. So yeah, I mean, it's completely possible, and the problem isn't that, this might be like a little message that they're sending saying, hey, you know, just keep in mind that we're able to do this, and we're able to keep in 3 countries with no power for almost a day, and um, just just not that I'm sure traumatized or anything. I was just home chilling, reading and doing whatever, right? But you know, it was pretty kind of like movie like. It's like you have no power. There was these huge lines in the stores. People were trying to get a hold of like anything that they could. They went to like the hardware store and they were trying to get, like the generators that you have to, use gasoline on them. Crazy and all sort of stuff, also, all the, like I said, all the public transport was not working, so like people had pretty much no way of getting home. The only thing that was working were buses, but obviously the buses were completely filled with people that were trying to get somewhere close to their homes. So yeah, I mean that's just kind of it. I probably had like the best version of it. Like I said, I was just home, chilling, doing pretty much nothing. At first, like I said, I was a little estranged. I thought it was something that just happened to my house, and then I went, and then I thought it was something that happened to my building, and then I got like the message, and it was like, well, since power's out in the entire Spain, and then it was weird because the hours kept. Maybe I would get like some kind of data like every hour or so, but it was just like a few seconds where I could actually receive the messages instead of, and it was just that I could just receive messages, but then I would try to send messages to other people, and then, they wouldn't send. I would try to call people, but that wouldn't work either. Everything was completely down. So yeah, I mean, it was kind of interesting. I didn't expect this movie to go that way. Actually, because I had a class at like um, 12 p.m. or a.m. I don't know how you guys call it, but then I said, I had something later in the afternoon, like an exam or something, and so I said, I'm gonna skip this first class so that I can then study for this exam that I have in the afternoon. And then, like the power got out, and I was like, shit, there's no way I'm gonna be able to study because I have to do, some things on my laptop with it. Like, the exam is gonna be on my laptop, so I need to study on it. And I couldn't do anything. I mean, I could access my laptop, but I couldn't access the notes. I couldn't charge the laptop, for example. So if the battery ran out, then I would just be done. And I was like, man, I think the power's gonna come out like, maybe an hour before the exam. I'm not gonna be so screwed. Like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to like pass it or anything like that. And then, thankfully enough, they said that, hey, there's no classes in the afternoon. Because if you think about it, like, they have computers in the classes where they kind of like show the presentations or whatever they need for the class, but those wouldn't work. And then you can say, well, they can bring their own laptops. Yeah, but they don't have any Wi-Fi that works, so that they can connect it, and maybe they have some PowerPoints, they cannot project it into the screen because there's no power for it. So the only thing you can do is just go out there and kind of speak out loud, and um, I would have minded that either, but obviously, um, I would also prefer not to have that exam, and I ended up not having that exam. Also, I had a really shitty class. Well, I was supposed to have a really shitty class tomorrow, Tuesday, and at first we got sent an email on the WhatsApp group of the class. And it was an email saying, hey, because of the recent power outage in Spain, there's not going to be class tomorrow on the 29th. So it was like, yeah, there's no class. Yes, great. This is amazing, right? And then somebody said, like, whoa, isn't this email from another university? And then the guy that's kind of like in charge of communicating these things and all that, said, well, you're right. This email is actually from another university. So just don't listen to it. Everybody thought classes were done. They were canceled. There was not going to be any class. So we were all celebrated and happy. And then they said, well, we told you guys, we don't know anything yet, and it wasn't like until an hour ago or something like that that we eventually got the confirmation that there was no class. Makes sense because, like I said, a lot of people still have no power and still most likely won't have a way to get to the university, which is crazy. But yeah, that's just kind of how it goes. So yeah, just thinking about what I'm gonna be doing here. I have absolutely no idea. Yesterday I tried to get I don't think I'm gonna be able to get this one. Is the mixer. Um, Working, drink a little bit. But yeah, I mean, still mixer's outage. Turns out I need download message. This is what I need. Really. Tremor, obvious fine. But like, I'm having this trouble with, reset source, I guess. I don't know. External. It's like where's my SDL thing? It actually has to be an include SDL to be mixer, SDL mixer, and then begin code. Whoa, where's this supposed to be? This is not the code that I have. CD, CD notes, mixer 2.1. Is this the version that I'm looking into? The latest version is here. You can enable the appropriate SEO mixer options find in Civic list. Let's switch between system and libraries. So the 2.81 is the one, it's the most recent one. And so this is stable bug first release. Okay, this is stable as well. So let me just see how to install SDL Windows. Yeah, it might not be the best thing to do. Um, Alright, what the hell is going on?
Hello everyone, my name's Dave and
Are you gonna build it from
explains
source?
how to do that
Still mix.
to this page,
Yeah, like I said,
or something very similar if a newer version is available.
Hi, buddy.
It's for
GitHub. Because I'm
then you're either
be,
going to have to download a different one
the zip
if
file.
it's available for
You need help to install SDL. Mixer is the one. Dang, this is from 9 years ago. Crazy. Crazy. Okay, so I think the problem is if I build projects, then I say, okay, here I want to include my very good SDL mixer, no, SDL3 mixer, no, SDL2 mixer. And you say, okay, this file is not found. Then you go into here and it's like, okay, this file is not found. So what do I have to do? I have to go and look for this file. So then you go into user include, and then you say, try to say where it is, SDL, gdd inc.h. All right, so there's no. So I think there was some SDL thing here, right? SDL. If I go into SDL, I have SD. Yeah, here it is. So this is supposed to be so that I can go. And this should be in SDL2, and then this should be in SDL. Is there any mixer? SDL mixer, hello, SDL mixer, where is it? SDL Unix mouse. There's no SDL mixer. Wait, where is this? Where am I getting this from? Actually, SDL2, which is exactly what I have, right? SDL main, and a miss mouse, mutex name. Alright, so it turns out I do not have this. Oh, here it is. Here's my fucking thing. Right here, here's my ZOST thing, but where's my mixer? Leverage. Where is it? So, maybe it is in instance 3. I don't know. Mixer? There shouldn't be any mixer in here. And just as I thought, there's no mixer. So how can I know the location of a file in this week? This is crazy though. So let me exit this. Then we go back to downloads. Then we go back to SDL mixer.2. Then we go into build. Let me go into make. I don't know. Sudo make install. And then this will tell me where this thing is, which is in local lib cmake. And then I need to take a look into this local include. Okay, so instead of being in user, and then I should have the include directory, but then I have the local. Okay, and then I have the lib64, and then I have the SDL mixer. I guess this is. What are you? I need to know if this is directory or not. See me? Where are you? Include local lib64, local include. There's no include here because yes, wait, that's not including include. Alright, then I have SDL2. For example, I have SDL3 TDF. Yes, like I have no problem on SDL mixer.h. Okay, so then I guess I need to move that file kind of there, but it's like okay. Please tell me I can use ChatGPT with my current speed. Actually, I don't know if my speed is back to normal. Probably not. Okay, no, I don't think it is. Yo, this is tough. Turns out I don't. So I think I had it. Here it is. Right. So I want to know. Okay, so the SDL mixer.h is in user local include directory SDL 1, SDL 2, SDL 2, SDL 2 meanwhile the SDL inc.h is in the user include SDL react. Alright, let's see what you come up with. Here's the situation. But that's a problem because SDL expects SDL on her, no SDL on her. Whatever, dude. Okay, I don't know where it is, dude. I don't know where it is. Alright. The back to SDL2. Should I make it small? This should make in local. Use your local lib. So you're telling me I need to compile this entire thing? Yeah, no way. Yeah, no way. You must have SDL2 headers installed in local include, not the. And oh, why are you doing this? And is there a way to build? Okay, let me know where this is. User include. Then I can go into SDL 2, I guess. City what? 2. Then it should be here as well. STD Inc. There we go. Okay. So I already have SDL stuff on the STD Inc. .h file is in the STL. I'm sorry, in the user include STL2 root mount and I fix this. Let's see what gotta fix everything you have STL2 installed correctly. Good. You need to tell the compiler to look in both iflags from compiler. Alright, that might be a good thing, so maybe I need to add this thing into my make file. Right, so C flags, I guess. Okay, so I need to specify. Does not happen anytime. Okay, so I'm guessing still have the same problem, dog. Okay, so then maybe I have to do this thing as well. Okay, this one is here. I have no idea about that. Okay, so bonus tip: you can make this simulation with PGA run. SDL2 is not found. Ah, great. Maybe because it is SDL2. But this is what what if this is still as well? Like this. Package is still. Okay, so here it is. This is the output that I got. And compile with okay, this makes way more sense. Let's just do this. Actually, let me just delete this thing. Then this would be config C flat sleeps. Okay, so let's just then do C flat. Boom, and then I have to do SDL2. SDL2. Make sure. Okay, so still not finding that one though. Alrighty. This everybody actually write flags for you. The CSSL mixer was installed manually, built from source, still was installed via PH. Yes, this is right. Yes. Yeah. any way to style SDO, which finally the user include right there. Alright, let's see. Perfect, you're following very carefully. Good. Tries and yes, you can install manually. Let me explain how and why. By default, make install because of local build software makes a lot of sense. CMake. Okay, so let's just do that. It's going to download. It's going to SDO to make sure this is going to build. And let's just do everything I have in here. Yes. But then I have to do so maybe let's just copy this. You know, why would I bother? Boom. Great. Alright, great. Then boom. Type in the password. And we got it though. So now it's going to be if I go back into projects. And this one is still not finding the right one. Still, I don't know where you actually going to start. Two. Still not finding it. What is going on? What is going on? What is going on? Right, this is crazy. I didn't include it here, bro. Should be able to find it. It's not running. What the fuck is going on? I'm going to user include SDO2. It's literally here. Look, it's literally here. What are you talking about? A mixer is here. What? Listen, what? Listen, what? What's going on? Studying user length. Header we go into this. Everything mentioned in the perfect. Clean up first. So don't make an install. Go back into your SL mixer build directory. Example cleanup. Oh, right. Okay, so maybe then rebuild. Okay. Okay, so let's just do it that way then. So let's just go down on this is the answer, and this is the build. Let's do sudo make on install target uninstall. You can manually delete it. Sorry, so then we're just gonna do ref this, yes. And then I have to copy all of this thing. Twitter no match is found for mixer. This is file directory. To the local link is the mixer. So let me just then go to user local load sd sdl2 nothing here. And then okay. Again then rebuild user properly. Quick summary for easy. So I've removed the old. Make sure this. Alright. Boom. And then solid. Specified up to date. Great. Then we should be good to go. And then I should be able to just go back into the project. If you see projects all five, and then I should be able to say here unknown type name is the bool, rename bool. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I know we have this error. Whoa, it's the old bool. Alright, completing the creation of C function has not been declared. It's the bool rename bool. So it's just bool. What's going on here? Okay, so now I can say unknown type name is the old boolean. Now I get an error saying it's the bool new name. Say unknown type known type name is the old bool rename. Oh, Okay, flash. It fixes rebuilding from source against your current install SDL2 lecture during these events makes Farsi your install SDL2, not some leftover copy. What are you talking about? Maybe it should be installed in the what if it has to be installed in the SDL3 directory. Right. Right, you're starting SDL3 instead of SDL2 then. To still install this into a different directory, you should SL mixer must be built specifically for SL3, not the SL mixer you built for SL2. Oh, right. So then, the correct source code. I'm getting the correct source code. So then I have to go back into this thing again. It is sitting to download an SDL. Alright, and then I go to build, and then I say, sorry, if everything, yes. I want to delete it all, and then I have to go and do this. Oh, okay, cannot move, no such file there. Right. So then I come in here and I say this. So now this one. This one right here. I might just making this up. My specified values were not used by this project. See, make one. No effect. Does not understand the CO3. Classic CO2 mix. Percent it's split to separate the CO3 mix. But the CO3 mixture? What are you talking about? Make sure compatible with 3. But it says here, it literally says here, STL Mixer 3.0. Like that should be, is it not? Is it? Go to STL3 Mixer. This is STL3 Mixer, bro. What's going on, man? I'm losing everything. I'm losing it all, man. Alright, so I don't know what just happened, but it turns out I have no connection whatsoever, I think. You know, absolutely great, you know. Alright. See if I have some Wi-Fi. It turns out I do not have Wi-Fi. It says checking for internet access, which looks like I do not have one. I'm not gonna be doing this. Um, um, you know, reactive 2.6, 2.5. Until it's just going connected, no internet access. Right, so I have no access whatsoever. Right. So how can I do this then? So like this says still to like still 3 mixer front page. Okay, let's see where I can get your shit. Latest version of this library is available here. And this is the one that I get. Okay, so how can I install this then? Let me take the API reference maker. How can I install this one? Build a CMake. You can enable the properties to mixture options by installing this. Install this fucking shit. Still 3 mixer. This is exactly what I want. Wait, I have Wi-Fi bar? Okay, I don't think I do. This. Wait, well, we're gonna get SDL versus SDL mixer. Very good question. Wow, blazingly fast. Alright, this is quick as fuck. I'm up to the point that it's sound effects. I'm trying to find where I can get SDL SD3 version of SDL mixer. Just answer but image, but it's not unwritten. This is what I need to talk myself. Please tell me there is some answers to this, please. Get up. Just put the most recent photo this while, but I don't think that there have been a still doing business yet. I believe the code that it's on here, but it's a principle with a CL3, which means you plan into your project, will put your own SL mixer in the air from it to use with the existing SL3 release. Alright, SL mixer.h not be able to find this, which is from I could find right things I assume in this probably compatible things for it. Yeah, I would expect 2.8 to work with 3.0 because they changed a number of things between, yes, the header path, which caused me a bit of grief just trying to set 2.0 for 3.0 recently. I normally would just put SDO2 header libs in a folder called SDO2 in my project source folder, but then check the header includes. When it goes to using threads which didn't work in the SDL3 headers, were in just the folder in the source folder anymore. I had to make another folder in the source folder and put the SDL3 folder in that folder, nothing else worked. Kind of an error, but whatever. Hopefully the job SDL mixer banners and to make it easy for everyone to use. So legitimate audio mixing without having to compile SDL mixer. I've been trying for hours to get SDL3 working with you to mixer.h. And I saw your post up in the other released header file. Copy it in the unreleased. What? What do you mean unreleased? So this is an unreleased version. I didn't want to go into notification. So he said, "Do you know where to get the SL3 mixer lib?" But it doesn't work out. Save today. Copied its entire contents into my SDL mixer.h and import. You know, I don't really know about this. So he's like, do I need to create an SDL free version of this? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to do. If your name is Windows, I have it. I think you go. Make sure you're in the main branch and unlike code it. The only poster I can find. Whoa. Cross. Unfortunately, there's no installation documentation included with the SL mixer made. If you have any more information about this, I want to really be grateful to hear. If you're looking for the Windows batteries, yeah. I just still don't know if it's extension. Windows batteries. Essentially, what I was looking for. Thanks. And the image. You can use this SL here with so compile. So then I would need to compile this. Dude, why? Automatic build FCL3 and its helpful libraries with slow. No, oh man. Alright, so it turns out I cannot use this thing, which is kind of unfortunate and pain in the ass as well. You know, of course, still mature build, alright, and great. Love it. Then I just have to do CNA. No, it just builds fucking everything because this is fucking bullshit. Alright, and then I have to do sudo really install. It's gonna be up to date, No, it's installing. Alright, and then it's just up to date. This then I go and look on it and it's like, what's going on here? Okay, and then it's just this one. So what do you give me for this? Is the what I should do? Sorry, quick fix for you. Bum, bum, bum. Clone the new SDL3 mixer. What is this? Did you just make? Of course you made a fucking URL. Goaded. Just simply goaded. Classic ChatGPT. Okay, so it turns out my guy just made up a new repo, which is great. And then in your code you would include a still mixer knowledge. It turns out it's not really like that. But I do tell you that, right? I did tell you, like, hey, I'm getting this or not. Yes, is there a way to include this finally? Yes. Right here. Internal API versions. What is an API? Application, I don't know, interface. API. Alright, binary. For CMake to use STL version with an STL mixer. CMake, prefix, and then all this. Build an STL mixer. Should force. Alright, so what if I force this? Up to date. Alrighty, you should see something like this. Well, or whatever it's installed. In short, in short, is that this thing is complete fucking shit. You know what I mean? Whoa, I don't have any error here? What a fuck? What if I include SDL H? Oh, sorry. What am I doing? What am I doing? SDL bool. No SDL bool? Alright. But here I don't get a problem with this. What's going on? Yep. I included from this. So this is our all problems for SL2. Problems with SQL mixer. Why is there just not a version for SQL3? Yep, that would have been easy. It's way too. Oh. Alright, well, I think that's gonna be it for 2 days. Let me just check this thing out because then I actually have to go and, post the video, which is kind of funny, but 14? Damn, this is crazy. I had one yesterday as well. Yeah, true. But we're good. We're good. What the fuck? Damn, you in Canada? Wait, where's this? Toronto is in Canada, right? Emacs Lisp. Oh my thanks. Ruby Go. Damn. See Ruby Lua Go. Respectable as fuck. 983 respectable as fuck though. 22 on 1 day, 19, 17 contributions in 1 day. What are you doing? What are these things though? What's this? Texting on. This is just things that you like, or what's going on here? Yeah. Anyways, like I said, thank you guys. Hopefully tomorrow, well, today, I can do a bit of a longer video, but the situation today has just been crazy. But yeah, see you guys today in a few hours.